crazy.
Yeah, Pisco's saying, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. I don't do these things, right? And you're trying to smear me as one because I share a show with somebody who will come on and explain and run down all of their opinions with me, right?
Example of where he challenged, where you challenged specifically Pisco.
Specifically on the point of Manchin, specifically on the point of student.
That it was evil to make fun of the yes/no argumentation style. What? No, it's very funny to make fun of it. I'm saying it is actually useful. It is a useful tool. That's why I employ it. That's why a lot of people employ it, right? If somebody's being a spineless bitch about whatever their point is, you just say, like, are you making this point? Yes or
Well, someone is only a spineless bitch if they refuse to answer a yes or no question when the question is clearly defined. But when the question is not clearly defined, now it's just a trap. It's just a simple trap. That's just what it is, right? Like when a question is clearly defined, then fine, fair enough. Then yeah, it sounds as if that because typically before a yes or no question, what is going on is that the other person has already dished out like how fucking the specific nuances of the question itself, right? They defined every single they specifically define what the situation is, right? In the hypothetical. So it's not the same situation, right? Yeah. Yes or no? Yes.
Or no? Was this not our contention? Yes or no, right? Just say yes or no, whether or not I understand this correctly.
Loan, Stephen.
Jesse tried to use that against you? Oh, sure. Oh, right. Well, no, he was saying that I was inconsistent. I always thought it was funny. I always thought it was autistic, but it is effective. It's obviously
agree.
effective.
We did challenge them with facts and logic, correct?
Yep, facts and
So
logic.
when you said barely, what did you mean barely? What did you mean by
barely? Is and I think people would go on that show and they would assume that all of you.
Also, I like how I like how Pisco is the one that is trying to get Destiny to clarify questions and clarify terms and stuff like that. But meanwhile, on the other hand, it's like on the other fucking hand, it's like on the other side, it's like, oh yeah, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, yes.
You guys had a similar political project in mind. You all shared a political goal, a political project. Yes.
Okay. So why do you get that impression when we're disagreeing with them on specific issues?
Because hold up, fuck this. Everybody else has talked for 30 fucking minutes. I've had my goddamn hand up for 30 fucking minutes. There needs to be some variety on this panel. I'll tell you why. It's because you were playing fucking footsie, and when they came to the next fucking day,
what do you mean by playing footsie?
Let him explain. Let him answer.
No, he's not explain. He already went on to the next day. Wick, you fucking idiot! He wasn't answering. He wasn't saying what he means by.
Wait. Did he just make the cum sound again?
So when you said barely, what did you mean barely? What did you mean by
barely? Is and I think people would go on that show and they would assume that all of you guys had a similar political project in mind. You all shared a political goal, a political project. Yes.
Okay. So why do you get that impression when we're disagreeing with them on specific issues?
Because hold up, fuck this. Everybody else has talked for 30 fucking minutes. I've had my goddamn hand up for 30 fucking minutes. There needs to be some variety on this panel. I'll tell you why. It's because you were playing fucking footsie, and when they came to the next fucking day,
what do you mean by playing footsie?
Let him explain. Let him answer.
No, he's not explain. He already went on to the next day. Wick, you fucking idiot! He wasn't answering. He wasn't saying what he means by playing footsie. He was just saying something vague and then moving on. Day, Wick, you fucking idiot! He wasn't answering. He wasn't saying.
Explain. Let him answer.
No, he's not explain. He already went on to the next day. Wick, you fucking idiot! He wasn't answering. He wasn't saying what he means by playing footsie. He was just saying something vague and then moving on.
All right. So, when we were talking about how, everybody's being so fucking mean to Hutch the fucking next day and all that bullshit, then you're like, we technically challenged them on their perspectives and all that kind of bullshit, but realistically, anybody who watched it tonally felt like it was like a 5.5 versus 1 against Hutch.
You guys sound like the biggest bitch woke scolds. Tonally, what are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up, you pussy.
What are you talking about?
Else talks, you roll your eyes like a fucking valley girl. You fucking twat.
This is like the 2017 centrist.
You're basically
the same thing.
You're saying, okay, you did disagree with them, but your tone. It sounded like you were nice in your tone.
Yeah, it sounds like you're. It sounds like you're the fucking useful cock sleeve for socialists. That's what it sounds like.
Like Steven isn't.
Did Jstlk get inspired to start wearing a vibrating plug on stream? Jesus, I mean, that wouldn't be the first time someone wore a butt plug or a vibrator to their job. I think in Alabama or something, at some point someone was wearing a fucking a judge, I think, was wearing a vibrator every day to work. And now, like, when that whole scandal came out, all the fucking previous people who lost their court cases wanted a retrial because they said that he was like, he said that like his decision was based off of his orgasms or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Dude, how can you open
Funny
yourself to the chicken waffles or Lauren Southern responses? Pull the Lauren Southern card, Pisco. Pull it now. I'm communicating to Pisco through time and space. We're actually behind on this, but I'm going back in time. Pisco, bring up Lauren Southern. Bring up how, despite not disavowing any of her white nationalist past at all, Destiny continued to platform her and never question her aggressively about it. Pisco, please, Pisco, I'm channeling this to you. Bring up his close relationship with Lauren Southern and how it's later revealed that they were in a romantic relationship the entire time, and calls into question any reason anybody should trust him on anything.
Fucking nice in his tone with Myron Gaines. He is. He absolutely
has Destiny not tried to use that exact argument against me, even though my relationship didn't overlap with any of my advocacy. His advocacy overlapped perfectly with his relationship. Oh, weird how that happens, right? But it didn't bother him, didn't change his political opinions at all.
Yes.
Yeah. And he still has contention, and he still clarifies the ideology.
Yeah, we had
By the way,
contention.
I still have a
Wait, so
point
did
from
we.
40
So
fucking
did
minutes
we.
ago that I wanted to make. I've had my hand up for 40 fucking minutes.
Counter, you have the
Can
floor.
I?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
please.
thank you. Okay, anyways. My turn.
Guys, you weren't really mean to them. Counterpoints. Aren't you really good friends with both Destiny and Lauren Southern? Would you say that Destiny was proximately mean with her, given the difference in their beliefs? Do you think he was appropriately, like, chastising of her when she would come on stream? Do you believe that, Connor?
Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Pisco Destiny show. All right, so earlier, Econo Boy made a fucking point saying that I kept appealing to conspiracy. And he's made this point 3 or 4 times, so I want to address this briefly.
Please do.
Mao, Pol Pot, Joseph Stalin, Tito, Castro, every leader in the fucking Soviet Union came together through fucking revolution. Okay, they all came
Thank God we can 2x
Then not
Connor.
just that, but Gramsci was arguing about why leftists aren't relevant in fucking Western societies because they have strong social order. And Marcuse and modern lefty philosophers try to normalize Gramsci and Marcusean argument in order to infiltrate Western societies in order to make them more socialist. Corbyn, Sanders, and Noam Chomsky all swept for authoritarian socialist regimes when they were in power and only disavowed them once it was found out all of their authoritarian abuses of their populations. So when you say, Connor, you're being a conspiracist, I say, no, plenty of youthful Western lefty fucking idiots sweep for authoritarian regimes.
Wait, where in the West where in the West has socialism ever, as an authoritarian force, actually risen and taking hold?
Using the playbook that Gramsci and Marcuse wrote.
That's not what Connor is referring to, dude. What Connor is referring to is that it's just like, so he's referring to Bernie Sanders. I'm not sure how true this is, okay? But he's basically citing examples where Bernie Sanders is playing like footsie by trying to sweep for authoritarian regimes or some shit. But I'm not sure if Bernie Sanders have actually done that. I'm pretty sure the only thing that Bernie Sanders have said is that there are some good bits, right? The overall like place is bad, but there are some good bits about like China or whatever that we should adopt, which is fucking fair and fine, you know. It's okay to actually adopt good policies from authoritarian regimes. I think that's something where we shouldn't have the hubris to deny it, right? However, unlike the USSR, that is. But you know, when it comes to this point, he's bringing this up because socialists in the United States love downplaying authoritarian leftist regimes around the world, right? When it comes to Cuba, leftists will like sweep for that. When it comes to Russia, leftists will sweep for that. When it comes to modern China, leftists will also sweep for that. Like, I'm pretty sure he says socialists in the West, not socialism in the West, which again, Jstlk maybe misheard or something like that because he's like a fucking moron. I don't fucking know, dude. I love how he has nearly nothing to say on Connor, but crashes out over every word Destiny says. It's almost like Destiny fucked his girl. Literally so, right? Oh yeah, guys, we also have to watch Loner Box's thing. Okay, in a while, okay? In a while. We're gonna watch a few minutes, and then sorry. Thank you, Egghead. Thank you, Egghead, for reminding me about that. Apparently Loner Box spoke about the Pixie drama again recently. So we're gonna take a look at that.
In order to subvert Western society.
What would I say in response?
Of conspiracism, when conspiracy is documentable in the words of the people who espouse this philosophy.
Let's see if you've been listening. Let's see if you've been listening. Let's see if you've been listening to what I've been saying. What do you think I would say in response to that?
That you're not like them. That there are plenty of democratic socialists who are actually nice, whose primary motivations are democracy over socialism.
Yeah.
They're incrementalists. And so as a result, they're not interested in
Couldn't you call Chas area a socialist society? No, dude, no. I think that was more like fucking anarchy. Like that was just complete fucking stupid.
Sweeping
dude.
for the human
Stupid
rights
fucking
abuses
Wow.
of these
bullshit.
authoritarian regimes.
Germany National Socialist Party. Hitler, do you believe the National Socialist Party actually embodied any of the values of socialism? By their own words. Do you believe that?
And they're not conspiracists.
No? Okay. All right. Just
They
checking.
actually just think that this is the correct ideological outcome.
So if you understand that that is true, and that is at the very least my point, then we've already admitted, we've already said, we've openly said multiple times that certainly there are a portion of socialists historically and a portion of socialists that live in America that do have these kind of like ulterior motives, right? The thing that I've said is well, two things. I've said number one, that historically that is not the great majority of socialist movements, that there's at the very least a
massively disagree with
meaningfully
that
large
assertion, but
divide.
Okay, I just want to point out, guys, I'm not sure what. Dude, Destiny hasn't had a chance to speak and like not take a position on something in like 10 minutes. Can we get back to Destiny so he can tell me how he doesn't know for sure, that he's not sure what that means? Can you define that word actually? I don't know. Oh my god.
Between
I just want to get back to Destiny, like having no spine.
Dude, he's so mad that he's so eager to get mad. He's like addicted to being angry. Like what the fuck? Like you were just mad like 5 minutes ago. Like you're so eager to get mad again. Like dude, just take a chill. Dude, oh my god, go get a blowjob or something and then come back. Okay.
Isn't that why we're here? Isn't that what we're all here to watch?
those two different, methods you could say of socialism. And in America, I don't think that even close to the great majority, I don't think even 80%, not even 90%, probably.
I mean, perhaps it could be that way.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? Bro sound like Golem on crack for a moment. Go get some 15-2. True. You should get some 15-2, guys.
99% of the 10% of people that vote for Democrats that call themselves socialists, they don't engage in that. So I don't think what
agree.
you're
I want to
saying
make
is
one
very
more point before we
relevant.
get to the Pisco show. Okay, one more point.
There's never been a successful democratic socialist movement.
This is very
Can you
much
go
big, yeah,
Google
I
the
know.
New Democratic Party in Canada and tell me that is not a successful democratic socialist movement? Go ahead.
Before we get back to
All
the
right,
Pisco
and then we can get
Didn't seize national power, but absolutely seize provincial power to pass tons of reforms that are universally like still hailed as very, very successful.
back to the Pisco Destiny show. I agree.
Okay, so if I told
Yeah, I mean, as long as you take the credit for every single possible, I mean, honestly, as long as you take the credit for every single possible good thing that ever happened, is a socialist policy, and apparently every single thing that is bad is a capitalist policy, then yeah, absolutely, you're gonna end up with something like that, right? It's so fucking
told you that
stupid.
I was a democratic fascist and I believed in political corporatism and flexible authoritarianism, but I don't agree with the mass slaughters. And as a matter of fact, I'm like a human fascist. I don't want to do ethnic divides, and I don't want to do
If you could explain down to the nuts and bolts all of the things you believe, Connor, then yes, I would say that's valid. If you could make it make sense, like a Connor boy does, like he spent his entire career in research or whatever the fuck he did to get his, like, I think he's got a PhD in economics, right? If you'd spent your entire life working on that.
Really?
Jack Layton wasn't an insane person, though. Jack Layton is not the founder of the New Democratic Party and wasn't a part of the provincial party either, as far as I know. Like, wasn't... Yeah, I don't know.
racial divides. I actually want human beings to be put into a political
I'm not referring to Jack Layton. I'm referring to the early New Democratic Party.
corporation, a body, and I want flexibly authoritarian governments or whatever.
Connor Boy has
You would
a
probably
PhD?
still call me a fucking idiot because even
So,
though democracy was my
I'll ask you a
primary
question.
virtue, fascism is still a dog shit ideology, right?
The question that I would ask you is there a robust history of people calling themselves
Extreme Dad, I've literally explained why I'm annoyed at this conversation, and you're not paying attention.
fascist and then winning
But-
elections and then leaving after they lose
Extreme
elections?
Dad.
And you couldn't answer yes to that. You
Okay,
couldn't answer
but-
yes to that.
Kind of
But I
last
can
point, and then we'll go back to
absolutely
the show.
answer
Last
yes
point,
to that.
then we'll go
about
back to the
socialists.
fucking the drama show, okay? Last point. I think the reason why, I think it's like a house cat versus a lion, okay?
Wait, do you recognize
House
what I just
cats-
said? How the
house
it's
cats have been
disanalogous?
psychologically studied. Hold on. House cats have been psychologically studied that if they were capable of eating their owners, they would. Okay,
You're just trying to say socialists are
Western-
pussies. I know your game.
I think that, yes, I think that Western socialists are house cats. They cannot eat our faces, so they won't eat our faces. But I think if they were the size of a fucking jaguar, they would start eating our faces. And with that,
Okay.
Pisco, start yelling
Okay.
at Destiny some
Okay.
more.
I want to give it to
I'm trying to
Pisco. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, but that fuck me, dude. But in terms of what Connor said, I don't think that works. Just mainly because we love cats. Don't generally people love cats. I mean, sure, yeah, we acknowledge that cats could eat our faces psychologically, but don't we love cats enough to keep that around despite that fact? Dude, I don't know what the fuck Connor is on about. So yeah, I can't believe you were a filthy bush watcher. I know, it's me. Meow.
Trying to hear the criticism of what we did with the Vanguard, and it sounds like Connor, you identified it, and earlier in our conversation as well, tonally. That tonally it was footsie. Is this your problem with what we did on the Vanguard, Stephen? That's just it.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, shut the fuck up, Connor. No, shut the fuck up, Connor.
Well, I think
tell you
tonally.
what,
Yes, Stephen. Go ahead, Stephen.
Well, so tonally.
I think that counterpoints. I think counterpoints should be allowed to speak for as long as he wants, as long as we make sure that Jstlk is watching it. Okay, all right. But if Jstlk is not watching and it's just like this, then we should have Destiny talk all the time. Okay, because Connor is actually kind of insufferable. But however, you know.
I prepared more for the Hassan stuff than the Vanguard stuff because I'm more familiar with his content. But like, for instance, when like you immediately and easily would eat the idea that like I would prefer.
Do you know why you don't like Vosh again? It's because you are as pedantic as Vosh. Okay, that's why. All right. Don't hide it. You are also pedantic.
Hassan over Trump as president in a system with.
He is pedantic. Very pedantic.
Can you? He's just not going to answer the question at all. Can you? You're just going to totally run from that question. He knows that if he says no and undercuts Connor, then he doesn't have a real criticism of the Vanguard stuff, right? Because that is the only criticism. And if he says yes, then he gets hit with Nick Fuentes, Chicken and Waffles, and Lauren Southern, and he is totally decimated, right? So he is going to once again refuse to actually take a position again. Ding, ding, ding. Hit the counter again. There he is, being a total spineless loser.
With absolutely no constraints. Like that's.
You can go to Hassan, but I just want to get clarity on this. So as you sit here, do you have a problem?
Totally, my impression with the Vanguard.
Yeah, he's going
You do have an issue. Okay.
My impression was that almost all of the pushback there was coming from Hutch, and I think that's why you guys fought about it the next day, is because Hutch felt like he was kind of on an island there, and that while you guys did disagree with some points like the student loan thing, you were very quick to make a whole bunch of what I would call insane concessions about Biden, whether you're calling him Trumpian or whatever, because he gets mad at the attorney general or whatever else, and that seems weird to do, almost minstrel showish, in front of a couple of people who are literally hardcore like socialists who shit on Democrats constantly. That's surprising to me.
So you acknowledge that we did disagree with them significantly on the student loan point. You acknowledge that I said you can't bully Manchin. You acknowledge I said that, and yes. I supported Hutch on that. And you also acknowledge, by the way, that I supported the notion that Biden had great policies and that they were downplaying, for example.
I would rather listen to ACAT than Vosh. Hey, I never said I would choose to listen to Vosh over ACAT. I never said that.
The Inflation Reduction Act and other measures, correct?
Yep.
So I did vocalize.
Do you acknowledge that you are giving me exact quotes, and what we're criticizing is the tone? You acknowledge how pointless that is, right?
Yeah, no, you didn't criticize the tone, Destiny. You actually pulled back and did not criticize the tone. So you have a problem with the tone he took. Say yes or no right now. Can you just confirm for me? Your concern is a tonal concern, right? You, Destiny, are the person with a tonal concern right now.
Wait. But Destiny was just criticizing the tone? I mean, when he says that Hutch was on an island there, like talking about the Vanguard's tongue, isn't that technically talking about the tongue? What? Am I missing something? Why is Jstlk saying this? Isn't the entire point with the Vanguard and the entire like beef with the Vanguard is over the tongue? Wasn't that like tone based? Am I?
Right. So I'm just asking. So is your problem the tone of the disagreement and what we're doing?
The problem is that it seems like you guys share a political project, when I would argue that the socialist movement in general and all of the media figures, the Vanguard.
So Pisco's now been, unfortunately, this works very well on people. Destiny's gone, oh, you're going to do the yes or no thing like an autist. Pisco should be doing the yes or no thing right now. This is why the yes or no thing exists, because spineless, weaselly fucking losers like this, like slippery losers like this, won't answer a question and won't give the concession. Because he is about to drop the exact thing that everybody knows is coming. So Lauren Southern or the Nick Fuentes chicken and waffles thing, right?
Bro, dude, if he's a spineless weaselly loser, then you're a fucking raped ass, fucking rotund bouncing ball that counts as 2 body counts whenever Cherry has sex with you. I don't know what else to say, dude. Oh, look at me.
Do not share a political project. That while you obsess about building bridges with them, all they do is shit on your candidates in exchange.
Where was the bridge building? What is the bridge building? Is be nice to. So you were building a bridge with Nick Fuentes. You were building a bridge with Lauren Southern.
You never have a scenario with the
Yeah, and Jstlk, you're only building a bridge with Waffle House.
Vanguard or any of these other people like, oh, we should try to build bridges with more moderate Dems. It will never happen.
Is one of the problems the tone? Is the tone one of the problems?
Well,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He said yes, Pisco. So really quick, let me ask Destiny a question. So
So now, how do you justify that, given your history with Lauren Southern and your history with Nick Fuentes?
Would you say that the ideological disposition?
By the way, I think the tone policing on like, oh, you shouldn't be a nice person to people while having disagreements, I think
Cats don't have the potential to evolve to our level and eat us, unlike with socialists. I'm not even sure if socialists are smarter than cats. Okay, they might be. They're literal like dumbass skinwalkers who fucking retard themselves into positions of power. Okay, that's what happens.
I think that's insane. I think that's totally wrong. I've always thought that was totally wrong. But Destiny is so spite-based that he's willing to take his history of doing that and arguing for that exact point and throw it in the trash because Pisco bad. Pisco is very bad.
Of someone like Joe Manchin versus
Dude, I just don't get like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing, okay, if you say that like Destiny is spite based, what does that make Pisco? Sorry, what does that make Jstlk and Queeman? Right? Like if all of these people are spite based, like I just wonder, like, where exactly does the spite end? I mean, you're one to talk, right?
is the ideological disposition of a guy like Joe Biden. Would you say that they share a political project?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say that...
Wait, you're doing this thing again. Actually, I'm not even going to allow this. I'm sorry. You keep doing this thing where you jump to elected lawmakers that are working in the system. I have no interest in talking.
Is AOC not a media figure? Does AOC not do constant media appearances? Is AOC not a media darling for the Democratic Party? Are we really going to pretend that AOC is not a media figure in any way? Because I think you'd have to be insane to make that claim. I don't think you could make that.
No, she's a fucking politician, you fucking dimwit. She operates in a political environment to maximize votes and support, you fucking moron. You absolute fucking retard, okay? You absolute fucking sub 5 IQ drooling vegetable carrot retard. You absolute fucking tongue hanging out, drooling, saliva dripping down. Oh god, dude, you are so fucking insufferable, dude.
That claim with a straight face. That she is not somebody with a media profile that actually overlaps many true media figures.
No, they're not. No,
they're
not.
literally elected
Wait, so just simply by association? I mean, isn't there a reason why, like, AOC doesn't really want to associate herself with Hassan anymore after the initial interview? Isn't maybe there is a reason why AOC isn't willing to appear on some red pill podcast to, like support her position or something? Is there any reason why? Like, there's so many reasons, right? Like, there's so many fucking things I can go to, I feel like, but whatever, man. He crashed out on me because I wanted to hear Destiny's whole point before he interjected. Seems like he was trying to put words in his mouth. Who are you? Alex _? Why does that sound familiar? His definition is a media figure. I find it frustrating. A lot of debates boil down to something both sides understand within the first minute, but doesn't want to meaningfully engage and drag it out. I think that if both sides are engaging in good faith, I think any conversation can be done in 15 minutes.
Representatives, Destiny. What the fuck?
They're not representatives of an ideological movement. Stop. They've won an election in a particular district. That's it. I'm sorry, hold on. Are you gonna go to West Virginia to figure out who the movement leader is of anybody on the left wing?
Bernie
I would
Sanders.
answer that question. Are you gonna go to West Virginia to figure out who is the leader of any kind of left?
Ripig, what is making Destiny change his position on this? Like, overall, the position that you can go on and... By the way, Pisco's position is you can go on and argue with them, right? But you don't have to basically, like, scream at them? What do you think's changed Destiny's position on this? Is it the fact that Lauren Southern dumped him? Because that seems to be the thing that actually changed. That was right at the time he changed. Was he got dumped by the conservative he was actually courting and trying to build a bridge with, and now she dumped him, and I'm going to actually lose my mind. Find me a more proximate cause, and I'll take that.
Left-wing movement.
That's not what I'm doing, Destiny.
Then why would you say that Manchin represents some...
Wait, I don't get why the narrative right now is like, oh, it's because Lauren Southern, like, rejected Destiny or some shit. Isn't it the case that Lauren Southern was the one that was like incredibly, like, it was reciprocated? Wasn't it the case that it was reciprocated, but it just simply didn't work out or something? Like, leader of some movement. They won elections. I'm not talking about politicians. The vanguard are not politicians. I'm talking about the media environment. That's what I'm talking about.
Would you... Destiny, I'm just using them as an example. Would you say...
No, I'm telling you why...
Are you saying Destiny did not do a debate with Nick Fuentes after this position was changed? That he said he wouldn't let them be on his platform. He wouldn't be a part of stuff with them, right?
Thing? Yeah, I have no fucking.
I believe he's done. Has he not done several?
I don't like the example. I don't like the example because these are elected officials, not people in the media.
Okay. Well, you referenced.
Okay, one of the hold on. I think I can.
Oh, also
gap,
yes.
Perhaps, right?
Sorry, I forgot this part with Rhinox. He cut off Nick because of the Mr. Girl stuff, like entirely.
Right. One of the problems.
No, there is no gap.
He was still banning people who were making his argument right now. He was still banning those people from his subreddit as he cut Nick off.
At the bridge, he can't find an example in the media, and that's my issue.
Well,
that's the exact problem.
Okay. Well, then look. How about this? How about we just stop? If that's the case, we've already said this several times. Okay. That insofar as people in the media don't share this political project as you've described, they're actually, to Connor's point, they're just hiding their power level and they're actually authoritarian socialists or whatever. We've already agreed several times that that's the extent to which they shouldn't be involved in like the strategic or whatever deep involvement within the movement means. We've already agreed with that several times. So how about this? Well, we can maybe if there's another question you can ask.
All I remember from the book was that they trauma bonded and they were never going to work. I personally don't think LS would be okay with Destiny's poly lifestyle, but maybe Jstlk knows more. I can't take Jstlk at face value, and you guys know that. And you guys know that Jstlk isn't trustworthy. So whenever he says something, I'm not going to take it at face value, especially not when it comes to Lauren Southern stuff. Because obviously he's going to paint Destiny in the worst light possible. I'm not going to take it at face value. No. Right? He's so strong in Destiny position. Yeah, no kidding.
Because we've actually already agreed on that topic. Is there anything
but then I think
else?
the strange thing is, so like, for instance, right? I think that strictly definitionally, I might be considered a eugenicist because I'm okay with people getting tested to see if their child might have Down syndrome, right? And not having those children, right? Technically speaking, that's a form of eugenics. But realistically, would I ever go out and call myself a eugenicist? Probably not, right? So it's just strange that when you're working in a media environment and then you take
leftists are so mask. I mean, these people are also mask off hating Destiny, right? Like the thing is that Jstlk doesn't care about this actually. Yeah, I think it's retarded. I think the reality of the situation is that if Jstlk didn't decide to leave Destiny's orbit, that he would be defending Destiny to the high heavens against Pisco. That's the reality. Okay, because Jstlk was sucking Destiny off every 5 seconds. Okay, when they still had a bridge.
On the label of socialist, if you were to look up any other and all other socialist content that's being created in that sphere, all of it is dedicated to shitting on the Democratic Party. That's the problem. It's only gotten worse in the past 8 years.
Shouldn't we promote Econoboy? Shouldn't we promote Econoboy? Econoboy, you're saying like, where is his media? A socialist figure who respects the party.
No, you should fight him.
Wait.
For our entertainment.
Destiny's basic argument here is, I know economics better than the economics PhD who spent his entire life trying to build these positions of like democratic socialism in his head, right?
What? But wait, hold on. Someone in chat said Econoboy has a degree in philosophy, not in economics. PhD? In economics? What? This is certainly the first time I've heard of this. What?
I know more than him. When he classifies himself as a socialist, he's actually like somebody who wants, Down syndrome tested out of the general population. He's actually a socialist in the same way that person's a eugenicist. There's a totally obviously disingenuous comparison that makes no fucking sense, right? That's what he just argued. Huh? So he knows more about socialism than the economics PhD, the guy who's actually spent his basically entire adult life trying to figure out how to make these positions mesh because he wants the benefits of socialism without the authoritarian overreach and without the violence, right? But Destiny's decided, I know more than you, and here's a comparison, and yeah, don't try to explain it to me.
So shouldn't we therefore, if we're looking for these kinds of figures to take some of that energy perhaps, or to use the label and get it back to like the roots that that Econoboy is referencing, at least in specific traditions, referencing the Labour Party in UK and Australia,
MSNBC show.
Yeah, so on that front, why would I kick Econoboy off? Why wouldn't I promote
about
Econoboy?
EB having a PhD?
Because that label.
Oh yeah, by the way, can I correct something real quick? I think apparently I was like unwillingly spreading misinformation. Okay, so Pisco is an attorney. He is an attorney and he is a lawyer. Okay, so yeah, just to very clarify, because I'm pretty sure I threw some doubt onto Pisco or something. He was working at a top top law firm, and yeah, this stream title feels antagonistic. What did I do? Jstlk crash over Destiny? Yeah,
because that
absolutely.
label has already been co-opted by all of it, not co-opted, more accurately represented. But then I guess this also goes back to definitional issue, right? Like if you put AOC and Hassan Piker in a room and you give a bunch of people who know what socialism is and they're read on theory, 100 out of 100 of those people are going to say Hassan is more of a socialist than AOC. If you put 100 people read on theory and you say, do you think AOC is more of a capitalist liberal or more of like a socialist?
Okay, so all we have to say here is, what positions does Hassan criticize AOC on, right, versus her actual platform? Because what I've seen is basically possibly like some Israel stuff, but otherwise he's almost always totally in line with her, right? What political positions does Hassan not? Because Destiny's point isn't what like Hassan says. It's when Hassan says, I hide my positions, that's where the point is, right? That we don't believe what Hassan says, right? We actually believe that he's hiding his power level. It's not, so Hassan doesn't criticize AOC. Hassan overlaps on what he supports almost entirely with AOC, no?
Almost all of them will say she's more of a liberal capitalist.
Fine.
Except not. Like, the thing is that you can support, like, 99% of the policies that AOC supports, but you can spend all day on stream talking about Israel and Palestine, right? Like, this is why we don't really like comparing media personalities with political personalities, because political personalities are forced to care about things that they don't necessarily would care about otherwise in the media environment, right? But in the media environment, you're caring about a subject that typically tends to maximize on clout or maximize on something else, right? Like, the thing is that, like, yeah, Jstlk just doesn't get it here, maybe, but no, he gets it. I think he's just bad faith, yeah. Just constantly crashing out. And fucking knowingly grifting. That's what's going on.
Give me all of Hassan's criticisms of AOC. I want to see all of them. I want to see all of them, every single one. Let's check them out and see what he disagrees with her on.
Square this for me. So you said earlier that, okay, it's not necessarily about the socialist label, and you agree that there's a diversity in what that actually means.
For sure.
It's about socialists within the media space. But then Pisco mentions, well, what if, like, what if AOC retires from Congress and starts an MSNBC show? Like, it sounds like you would be against that, but then you say, no, because she labels herself as a socialist, I would be against it. But now it seems like you're saying it actually is the label.
It's incoherent.
It's absolutely coherent. It seems like coherent because you're not familiar with any of the politics behind any of it. It would be challenging, but the issue that you run into is so.
If you flip Jstlk's argument, Econoboy is arguing that communism wouldn't ruin the left media sphere to Destiny, the first pro streamer and one of the founders of political streamers as we know. Yeah, but I tend not to try to appeal towards like how long you've been in this space as like a point of like, oh, someone is a long time streamer and that's why, right? Otherwise, like fucking Asmongold would be like a fucking expert on this shit.
You could say, could they wash the socialist label and make it so that in your mind,
for the love of God, please somebody point out that Econoboy is an actual economist. He has far more reading, far more understanding of these things, and Destiny is totally saying I should be trusted more than you. Destiny is literally a COVID conspiracy theorist right now, right? He has somebody who's a PhD in this exact field who's telling him what these things mean and what they mean to him, and Destiny's going, no, you're wrong, actually. That's what he's.
If you're gonna cite credentials, you better bring up some proof, okay? Especially if it's PhD. What? Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're bringing up someone's fucking PhD? Really? What? Okay. Like, dude, Jesus. You got any proof for that, dude? Does anyone know what Econoboy's background is? He seems to know about academic economics. Economics and finance. Oh. Wait, but, like, what tier? Masters? Otherwise, like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a master's degree. He doesn't have a PhD. Also, in addition, it doesn't really fucking matter, right? Like, professors can make bad takes, right? Did you see Destiny's tweet from an hour ago? Yeah, give me a second. Jesus, what is this? The first person is self-admittedly insane. The second person thought a telemarketer bot texting them was me. And the third person is currently is currently burying their head in the sand while their croquet is going disastrously against me. This obsessive theory that erudite literally only exists because Cherry wants to remove her skin and wears a mask because she jumps off a bridge with her new abuse partner Jstlk. Jesus. Also, oh. Oh no. Are they... Is this a dox? Wait, is this a dox? Wait. Wait. Jesus. Oh, like, I mean, like, obviously, wait. Oh. Devin. Fuck? Okay, oh, whatever. I mean, this is just a fundamental... Okay, what is
Thought
this?
crimes and Assad derangement syndrome. I actually... Anyway, Destiny Part 2. Destiny Thought Crimes and Assad derangement syndrome. I actually had looked this up a few days ago because I heard Not So Erudite, which is another one of Sex Destiny's like criminal associates. I think this is like the Ghislaine Maxwell of Destiny's community, right? Or is that her or is that a different person?
I don't know why the fuck he's like pretending he doesn't know who this person is, but okay.
Anyway, I don't know. Who like actively silenced
So
the
gay.
victims from coming out, tried to stop the victims from coming out against Destiny at the time. Anyway, Destiny Part 2, Destiny Thought Crimes and Assad derangement syndrome. I actually had looked this up a few days ago because I heard Not So Erudite, which...
So Ghislaine Maxwell was specifically looking for girls for Epstein, okay? Like she was hunting girls out. Like she was hunting for victims. You're telling me that in this analogy, not only is she covering up, but Not So Erudite is what, specifically hunting down BPD girls for Destiny? Is that what you're implying? Okay, dude. All right. Destiny's business partner Not So Erudite is claiming to support me. Oh, fucking Cherry. Who cares about Cherry? Fairy Queen. Oh, Fairy Queen is an unhinged hater. Okay. Hey FQ, do you have anything? And then Fairy Queen message Erudite. So stupid. When was Erudite suppressing people coming out? No, she wasn't. See, that's the craziest part. Didn't Erudite literally have a fucking interview with Turkey Tom about this, where she was asked tough questions? What? Hello? Where she was also forced to condemn Destiny as well? Like, why the fuck are we saying it's Ghislaine Maxwell? Right? I think that's unhinged. I don't even like, dude, I don't even like Erudite. It's just, and it's still unhinged, right? I blame Destiny for Hassan's rise. I blame Destiny for Foodshops rise. Yeah, it's just unhinged. That's unhinged, dude. Okay, yeah. I blame Foods for everything. True. I did do everything and did nothing at the same time. It's easier. Okay, hold on. So I was brought... So this was brought to my attention as well. Can we get more landlord content, please? No. No. I think I'm good. Debate econ. Right. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to cover this. Wait, where is it? Loner box.